We even had a brief discussion of like, what if black people just got on that type of time? Like the only way to have peace is just to get rid of the rest of you motherfuckers.
Low key.
hey, hey, my man's, but in a way though, he's spitting like.
I think that's the scariest part about stuff like that.
Like
is when you realize that you resonate hard with the mass murderer, and you be like, imagine if we could really get that. Like your intrusive thoughts start shifting. Like it's like when you be sitting there, like I could kill people, but I won't. We won't.
Right.
We won't,
like,
but you could.
Because it, in a sense, is like he low key spitting, and that's the terrible part to everybody. Because when they break down the plan, it's like, he kind of right.
Like literally.
Because as long as we alive, they gonna keep pulling up on us. Like, hey, we got to get rid of y'all. Y'all got Titan powers.
It was the fact that Zeke thought that he was the one that was woke, and then literally it was like, we just have to stop. We just can't keep procreating.
Right.
And it's like, and Aaron like, but why do we have to stop? Like,
why do we gotta die?
He's like, cause I mean, once we die out, it'll stop happening. And I'm like, that's not true. Yeah. At all. There is nothing that is proven that if you stop procreating, that people will like stop having war. You have to.
They just pick somebody else.
That's it.
Just pick somebody else. So he was like, "We gonna do this."
He was like, Aaron's like, or we could decimate humanity. Like, just sit with that. Let that.
We have the power. We have the technology.
Ain't nothing, as my forever assistant manager used to always say, ain't nothing but space and opportunity. Shout out to my old BBW crew.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing but space and opportunity.
He was like, you know what? I got it. We gonna get rid of y'all. Y'all the problem.
Like, I'm really
hit her with the ain't you tired of niggas dancing in your videos?
I feel like it's important actually. This probably was the topic of the day should actually be is an anime that makes you really think. Yeah. Like that's kinda that's probably what we moving with.
Because there's always some hidden message.
Absolutely. I feel that way about Platinum End right now.
Yeah, it's some hidden message in there somewhere.
Like he was like, I don't know how caught up you are, but when the scientists are saying like God only exists because we make him exist, and he's like, and then like the last episode they were like, God is disappearing because people have stopped believing in him. Like, and I was like, that's such an interesting concept because I've had this conversation with several Christians, with other people, and it's like, is God really, like, is this really a thing? Or is it easier for you to blame the bad things that happen to you on Satan instead of taking accountability? That's a big word for Elmo. For, like,
but yeah, it's also, you do. Or was it, is it really a thing or was it a form to control the masses?
Or does it just make you feel better? Yeah. Like, I think that's the thing, too. I think people get comfortable in their faith and they like, well, God will take care of it for me. If I give it to God. And even though you put all that effort forth, because we all know, I mean, religiously speaking, God can only bring but so much to your door and you have to open that door. But I think people feel like if they give something to a higher power or if they compartmentalize and say like, well, if I do this, that, and the other, it's up to God, then I think it makes them feel better about the results.
Let go
whether
God.
They're good or bad. I mean, if that's what you like and that's what you feel, then, I mean, that's good for you. If that's what keeps you grounded and stops you from, starting the rumbling. Right. Then
like that TikTok sound. Lord, I'm typing this paper. It's 5 pages and it's due at 12 a.m. and it's 11:59. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
Like, I think that's the sort of thing, too, like, especially as we move away from the older generation, talking about, like, that's Satan, that's the devil trying to hold you back. Like, I think people don't want to I don't think people like to see people for what they are either. That gives them face value.
Also, I think we in an age where so much information, no one's just going to believe anything.
No. And I think that's probably that's actually a bigger problem too, I feel like, in the anime community as well, is that people can't just take even just animes for what they are. Like, some things are just goofy. Some things, Right. Like, I think, like, I definitely reposted something on my story today that was like, if I hear you say, but can he beat Goku? Like this is not an anime conversation. This is just like you doing a thing. He's like, I want to talk about what would happen if Todoroki got all for one, like or one for all or whatever. That sounds like a cool conversation. But you asking me, but can he beat Goku? Is not contributing.
None of that you talking about matters if he can't beat Goku.
Like, listen, you cannot have a conversation with me if you start with that. Like I understand. Like these characters are in different worlds. You know what I mean? Like if we're gonna keep everything against Goku, like, and Goku's only gonna like he doesn't have a plateau.
That's why I don't like the Saitama versus Goku argument, because I'm like, if we going off the script, Goku getting smacked. Like,
man, the first time
he might come back and win, but that first time he gonna try him.
Then the thing is, we ain't seen Saitama's limits either.
Yeah,
like that's the other thing. We've seen one real punch,
right?
And that was one.
we like, just off the strength of Goku's an idiot, he gonna try it. He gonna be like, I don't believe it again. Base form, trying to pew, gone.
And always.
Now we gotta use all 7 Dragon Balls.
Let's talk about the fact
to bring you back and have a rematch.
It's the fact that the Earth has been blown up at least a couple of times due to Goku's stupidity. Not because he couldn't do it, because he was like, "What if I just let you leave?" And Vegeta like, "Oh, wait. Hold on, wait a minute, though, boy. Wait a minute, baby boy. Don't do that." Like even when it was time for Vegeta to go, Krillin was like, "This nigga, he fucked my whole life up. You don't die today." He had the sword and everything, and Goku was like, "Don't do it, Krillin." He was like, "Why not?" Like, give me a good reason.
Promise you'll never come back here again.
And Vegeta was like, "Bet." Deuces, and showed right back. Like where was he back again? Where was he? Like I mean, he was on Namek. Man, listen, and Yamcha had all of that coming.
Hey Yamcha, if you want to know why your shorty got stole, blame Goku.
No, don't blame Goku. You want to know why your shorty got stole? You're trash. Yamcha is toxic.
If Goku would have did what he's supposed to do and got rid of Vegeta.
Had Yamcha been there, Vegeta still wouldn't have been able to smash.
When he did?
No. This is what actually legitimately happened. Before he fought Vegeta, every time they would ask Momo where Yamcha was, he was off somewhere. Like he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. Right? Then Yamcha got killed with the Cybermen. That was all bad. Okay. But remember, Vegeta was on Namek. Bulma went to Namek. And if you remember too, there's some time between. Yamcha's back. There's some time in between because, obviously it's been 9 months. He just shows up with Trunks.
Right.
So there was some time. And remember, they all looked at Yamcha. They was like, "Mama got a baby." And he was like, "Yeah." Like, they was like, "It's not, that ain't you?" And he was like, "I guess not." Like, bro, that was and Trunks said, and I quote, "She looked at my dad. He looked a bit lonely." And my mom said Yamcha was off doing whatever. Yamcha, you did that to yourself. If y'all want to know, if y'all feel like your girl is are you a Yamcha or are you a Vegeta? Okay, ladies, is he a Yamcha or is he a Vegeta? Okay, because we all know we letting Vegeta smash. Don't even play. All right, Yamcha, he cute looking. He got the long hair, but
he can't fight.
He a playboy. All right, that's the other thing too. And he ain't got no hands. So really, you out here talking crazy to women. You over here out here talking about, let me take you to my crib, show you how I live, and you out here getting beat by the henchmen. You didn't even make it to the boss. How that go? You're not even the strongest human. Krillin got you. Krillin. I mean, and Krillin got blown up by Frieza.
Hey, but
Krillin didn't even get taken out by the Cybermen.
And Krillin defense, he been training with Goku like.
No, you're right. Listen,
his whole life.
Listen, Goku is Krillin's, like, Vegeta and Krillin got the same problem. It's just that Krillin knew he wasn't going to reach that upper echelon. And he was like, fuck what he talking about. I'm about to go bust 18's goonies down and go live my best life. And you know what? Krillin lives a very nice life. I got to admit. They be like, "You coming, Krillin?" He be like, maybe not. Like, 18, like, I'm on my way. He like, "I'll watch the baby."
Krillin ain't going unless, like, it's world-ending series.
Everybody gotta go. Well, no, because somebody gotta watch the baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's good enough for her, because she don't get tired, so you go ahead and handle that, sweetheart. Like,
yeah, so 18 don't care.
She don't get tired. Like, man, that's got to be exhausting for him.
Probably.
She don't get tired.
Well, she probably one of those, like, just because you don't get tired doesn't mean you don't get tired of something. You know what I mean?
That's
like
true.
she might get to where she need to be and be like, all right, this suffices.
True.
I mean, she's still an android technically, right?
Yeah.
He just got rid of the bombs in her chest.
No, I thought he made him. I thought they was human again.
Well, then she should get tired.
But they don't get tired. They'll run out of stamina still.
Well, just because you don't run out of stamina fighting doesn't mean you don't run out of other type of stamina. Those type of stamina can be different.
You know, that's one whole stamina. They ain't compartmentalizing staminas in Dragon Ball Z.
Maybe he just busting the Goonies just the best. You don't know Krillin's the
Hey, listen, I don't.
Hey, look, Krillin is the perfect height for back shots. But am I wrong?
I wouldn't know.
I feel like, I mean, he doesn't have to get on his knees.
Standing up, going in.
Listen. Hey, look, she probably picks him up and they probably cut him real nice, okay? Maybe he'll be on that side piece. I don't know. We were talking about animes that make you think. I don't know what we got here. But
that's where the Thangs kick in.
I feel like, you know what, Code Geass made me think a lot too. Like, I like animes like that really like kind of get my brain really turning for real. Like I like goofy characters and I don't mind them, but I really like those ones like Death Note kind of. Okay, Death Note had me and then it like lost me because he was like, you know what? I could kill criminals. Or I could become a god. And I was like, oh, hey, whoa.
That's usually the line they told.
I was like, that was a jump.
But that's how it be, though.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
It go from, oh, yeah, I'm about to get rid of, you know what? I wish you would talk crazy to me. Man. Now everybody can get it.
It makes me want to watch that, what is it called, Inuyashiki or whatever. It's the dude. They have an old man and a boy. They both have powers, but the old man is like trying to save the planet. The young kid's just like a villain. You've probably seen a video where he like pretty much if he fires his finger like a gun, he'll kill people. So he takes out this chick's whole family. Right? She comes home and he's like, "Do you like manga?" And she's like crying, like down, like on the stairs, crying about her mother being dead. He's like, "You like manga?" She goes, "Yeah," and he's like, what kind of manga do you read? She's like, I don't know, One Piece. And he's like, you like One Piece? I like One Piece. She's like, are my brother and dad dead? And he goes, what does that matter? We're talking about One Piece. And I was like, the sociopath type shit right here. This right here. And she starts crying again and he shoots her. He's like, you don't understand me. And I'm like, is that how this goes? Like, but you like disconnect. Like, yeah. Like, that's weird. Like, I feel like that's the way Senku was, too, though, in, like, Dr. Stone, where he, like, realized that, like, after he heard his father's voice again, he was like, damn, like, he's never coming back. He, like, had his moment and was like, damn, now I gotta make this world really happen. Like, yeah. Because Miyagi, I was like, you could do it.
Right. But he was like, just no adults.
Yeah.
He ain't want no adults coming back.
He was like, it was actually kind of interesting too. Like, that was also an interesting standpoint where he was like, well, if we just bring back kids and young people, it's fine. And I'm like, well, not really. Young people are less likely to go with the flow than older people are, actually.
Yeah, but his argument was old people was the ones who tainted the world, which in a way he has a point.
But I don't think tainting can be figured out or discriminated by age. Because I know young people that have no problem tainting and corrupting the world.
But who did they learn it from?
Well, sometimes no one. That's kind of the scary part.
For the most part, they got it from somebody.
But if we're going to give them that benefit of the doubt, then the older people get that amount too, though.
But he cutting off. His idea is we cutting off that lineage. So let's say if the world restarts, right? And we talking about the old money. Right.
We never had no old money before.
Yeah,
we got a lot of new money though.
You know who we talk about them.
I mean, I think
them good old boys.
I think it works, but it doesn't work because you also don't know how corrupted that young person might already be.
True.
So like, I think the problem is that as much as we all want the world to be a great place,
it's never gonna happen.
It's not, because corruption, evil, taintedness, it's sort of the same thing. Because you're still corrupted, you want to kill people. You know what I mean? He's still breaking necks. He's still doing.
Right.
So I think that's the thing. Like, I think the idea that humans will never be satisfied is a better idea to live off of, and if you go off of that idea, you might feel better. Mm-hmm. Like I wouldn't say don't expect anything, but just assume that the world will never be fixed, and then take it one step at a time. Because that's not that it'll never, like, problems will still exist, but you can probably take care of this problem first. Like cancer is becoming more treatable, and it's not as much a death sentence as it was back then. Right. I'm not saying it's affordable. That's not at all what I'm saying. Please never think that I'm saying that, because cancer is a hard thing to afford, but it's more treatable. It's easier to get access to stuff to treat it with, like just a tad bit, but more than it was a couple years ago. Right. I mean, you'll die. You're gonna die eventually. It's just about how fast you're gonna die. We're all gonna die. I feel like that's an important thing to like. I feel like that's an important thing to kind of keep with you. Like, no matter how much you work out and eat right. I mean.
Oh yeah, you're gonna die eventually.
I mean, but hey, like we could go to the anime world when we die. Like, imagine that. Imagine.
Niggas just be super villains. I don't know how.
Don't take me to Attack on Titan.
I don't know. I don't know what I'd be in the anime. I just, you know what? I'll be probably like one of the anti-hero people. Like, I ain't got no cap to save a hoe, but I ain't no villain.
Yeah, you come in when it's necessary. You don't. Yeah. It's your planet too. Like you're one of that. You're that guy. Like it's like in DC when all the villains, when like Darkseid shows up and all the villains are like, hey yo, I want to conquer the Earth. I don't want to destroy it. Like,
right. I just kind of want to take over, guys.
Like, bro, I'm trying to be a king. Like,
right. All hail me. Like that's kind of the vibe I was going for.
I honestly very much love the Justice League Doom. When they actually get to Vandal Savage, and he's talking about taking out like half the world pretty much with a sun flare. And he's like, I'll pay you any amount. And then finally Cheetah goes, do you understand that in his world, none of this matters? And they're like, he's like, it doesn't. Like, like currency, everything. Like, someone was definitely like, is money even real? Or do we all just believe this currency, that it is currency? So that's how it works.
I mean, that'd be my argument to this day. Like, I don't know. Everybody be talking about, we owe this country. Man, we ain't nobody. Man, we could have been paid them. That money ain't real. They don't owe nobody nothing.
It doesn't make sense.
You mean to tell me y'all got that much gold stashed away? Who you lying to? Who you lying to? Like, y'all don't got that much money. Y'all just printing paper at this point. Like,
you say y'all just printing paper.
They is. Oh, yeah. This is backed by gold. Okay.
I think, and I would honestly love to see, like, more. We actually don't have a lot. We have animes about money, like gambling and stuff like that.
Open the vault.
But I do actually want to see more stuff, like, really, like, more businessmen. Like, kind of like, I do want to see people doing.
Kind of like the how they go, like, in depth with politics and political corruption, do that with, like, business.
I want to see, like, House of Cards-esque animes. Yeah. Like, maybe I'm not watching them.
They probably out there.
They probably are. I mean, I watch a lot of different stuff, so I feel like it. I even watched like the Pretty Detective Club. Like, I feel like I've seen magical boys, I've seen magical girls, I've seen badminton, I've seen water polo, I've seen.
Not water polo.
Listen, you gotta get into these sports, okay? The new gym that I was telling you about, it's got a pool. Can't wait to get in the pool. I love the water.
Hey, right? Live it up.
And I feel like, you know how much, you know how heavy your body feels you got the water? Like, that's the workout of the lifetime for real. Like, let me get a few lamps in. I want to play some water polo.
You know what I'm saying?
You gonna get in the water with me?
Huh?
Why does every black person do that? Like why you don't want to get in some pool water? That's not for you.
Yeah, nah, I'm with the pool. Listen,
you know how to swim?
Yeah, I know how to swim. Listen, I told you in the hood you had them lifeguards was not trying to save no lives in the hood. If you lived in the hood and you went to your local rec swimming pool, they'd be like, I want to get the deep end. You got to swim like 5 laps, bro, back and forth, without getting tired. Like, I need to know.
That's because the lifeguards can't swim.
I need to see with my own 2 receptacles that you can swim. I'm like,
I love that type of shit.
That's how it was. Like, they really made you swim laps. Like, you gotta do a couple laps before you play. Boy,
I gotta find some more animes that really.
We just not like you. I think What's another one that makes me think?
Oh, Cowboy Bebop does actually too.
One Piece does in a way.
And I was thinking that I feel like One Piece, just because there's so many characters and you really like, there's a lot of, I feel like it's more of a conspiracy type anime sometimes.
Yeah.
Like with the blocks, the red stones and the regular stones, and then that patch of time that's missing that no one is going to talk about.
I will say a lot of animes do hit on like political conspiracies.
Yeah, like, political. When I think of political, I think of One Piece immediately. Yeah. Like the Navy putting the 7 in charge and everything, and then all of a sudden being like, you know what, we can't do that. Like, all pirates are back to being like,
criminals. We don't make deals with criminals. Head ass.
And then they like all showed up at their door, and Hawk was like, I
thought it was cool.
Yeah, like,
so y'all, we ain't cool no more. So y'all think I'm sweet then, huh? Y'all thought y'all was gonna come in here and shut shit down. Like, we've been running the block this whole time, Sonny. You think you about to come say something?
It was literally just like Buggy being like, it's a reason we're one of the 7. Buggy maybe didn't earn his stripes as much,
right? But it's still though, it's like it's a reason we ain't.
When they was talking about that too, I was like, so y'all gonna take down the Yonkos too? Like, you about to pull up to Big Mom? Who?
You about to pull up on Kaido?
Like,
y'all can't even pull up on Luffy.
Shanks? Who finna see Shanks? Look, listen, I would pay good money to see who the Navy's gonna put out for Shanks.
Y'all can't even touch the dad. Like, y'all can't even touch Luffy Pops.
Oh, Dragon?
Nah,
I don't know what they did with. I don't know. I ain't seen Sabo yet. Sabo ain't turned up yet. Getting a little nervous. Listen, I can't
even touch the Dragon. Sabo gonna pull up. He chilling.
I need to read. I just need to read.
Who in the Navy strong enough to take out Sabo? Let's be like. I ain't seen one Navy dude really come through a body stuff all like that.
I kind of.
Oh yeah, true.
I can't.
That's about it though. Everybody else, the pirates, really just out here.
That's why if I was in One Piece,
Big Mom,
I would just choose to be a pirate. You can't get me to sign up for the fucking Navy in One Piece.
You gotta go take down Big Mom or Kaido. Who?
You going to jail? Take me.
Who?
Take me.
Me?
Dude.
The pirate life for me.
Man, what?
Devil fruit me, please.
Man, listen, it don't even look. I could swim. I'm just going wherever. All right, listen.
I ain't got no time.
I'm going.
They got mochi. I got a musket. No, mochi musket. I'm going
to law school. I don't care what anybody say. Law take care of his little 2 people.
I'm with the straw hats. They be turned up.
Like, you got a submarine. You got a submarine.
You know
I'm going with Law. I'm going with Law and Beppo. They got talking bear. I'm going.
They got a mechanic, bro. They got the strongest ship out there. They got
the Sunny.
Yeah, I'm with them.
That's what we gotta do when we go to Japan. We gotta visit the Sunny.
And I'm trying to scheme on the Gamma suit.
Listen, first off, I love that every single character so far has gotten like a full on back. Like, I'm really ready to see all of Jinbei's life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad that everyone got an arc. And it was crazy to revisit Sanji's arc because it's so short compared to literally everyone else's, and then like Zoro's, like, pretty much. But Sanji's is just like, I almost starved to death, and a little bit of cannibalism later.
Right.
You know
what I'm saying? I don't really work with my family, but they royalty.
He said he didn't have a family. So that's what it but then I did start noticing that like Blackfoot Sanji's was like alive only. And I was like, why is everybody else dead or alive? But you're like alive only.
They're like, don't kill my son now.
And then his family kind of came up, and I was like, Sanji, Ichigo. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, look, of course your name's 1, 2, and 3. He don't care about you. I'm like, so is the oldest one 0? And they're like, oh, that's like Ragey. I was like, oh, what? Get out of here. Like,
she got the normal name.
I was mad. I was like, I did like, I like them though. Like, I actually like their family. What little Alchemist made me think.
Yeah. But see, I was more so on the political side.
Yes. Oh my God. With the whole thing going on with Scar's like family and like his people, like, and I think that's the interesting thing. That's the part where I hate when people are like, anime is for children.
Like, no, they be deep.
I'm like, no, like when you watch like Princess Mononoke or it's like Spirited Away, and you kind of see like, no, like I think Ponyo is still like for like closer for kids.
Closer for, but it's still like a message there, like message.
Right.
Right.
I feel like it's like way deeper, and I think that's the thing. That's what I love about anime, is that it evokes
Like I haven't came across too many just like completely like just mindless animes. Like just random. There's nothing, no real message here. We just doing shit type. Like no love and hip hop. Like we just out here being wild.
Disastrous Life of Psyche K is kind of just a regular degular.
Yeah, but it's still like a little.
I mean, there's life lessons.
Yeah.
I think the lesson is. I think the full lesson of that show is actually be careful what you wish for. Because as much as you could literally have all the power in the world and he could do it, he's just like, I just want to chill out.
Right.
Like when he's talking about how he doesn't really care for pets, he's like, I mean, I see them as baby like little skeletons walking around. Right. They don't do it for me. But he's still afraid of bugs. Like that's the thing that's really sick to me. I'm like you can literally destroy the planet at any point. Like if you take off any of your limiters, like you take off your limiter and you like disappear like for 3 days straight and didn't know you were invisible. The fact I was mad that I watched that whole show and then like the first 2 episodes I was like, he's talking, his mouth is not moving, and it hasn't moved, and it doesn't move. Like he just makes everyone think that he's talking. Right. And I was like,
he out here using telekinesis.
Know how to talk? Like what if he doesn't know how to talk anymore because he
probably don't, because it's natural now.
Like also I did see something that was very strange, but the manga states Psyche's born as a girl and feels more comfortable as a guy, like his original gender. So there was like an argument, like, is Psyche transgender? And a lot of people were like no, but like a lot of people were like maybe, like he could just be gender fluid, like, and could actually be a they, because he's originally, and it's canon, like that he was originally born as a girl, but just feels more comfortable as a man. It's interesting. It's an interesting conversation to have. I mean, can those characters? I feel like I finished Beastars, and I feel like Beastars made me think.
Nice. When you was talking about genders and pronouns, it made me think of this video I just seen, and this man was just so petty for this.
When
he said mine is Nick and her, and he was like, so we're gonna play this little game where we go through our genders, like yours is she her, mine's is, and she was like, yeah, yours is Nick her. He pulls out a camera.
Gotcha bitch.
I'm like, you gotta be the pettiest person on earth to set up people like that, and then got the camera numbers.
You know what? And they work so hard. The people who don't say it, like they work really hard not to be caught up in anything like that. I mean, as far as like you be seeing them videos of them girls like dancing, they cover their mouth immediately when the word come up, like you ain't finna catch me slipping. And I feel like, and I mean, obviously it might be an unpopular opinion, but I think doing that makes it worse because they're like, see, I'm not doing it, and I'm like, you going through the effort of showing me you're not doing it in public. That mean you do it. Like, make me think like you doing it like behind closed doors.
Because why? If you don't do it, there's no reason to like
that just ain't
try
you.
Like you don't have to stop yourself from saying it because you don't say it.
Right. It's like cursing like in front of your parents when you're young.
Yeah.
You just don't put yourself in situations to say those words.
Right.
Like unless they really slip out. Like Like that ass. Like,
and then I'm sorry, that just don't roll off the tongue. Like that's just, you just ain't coming out hitting somebody with the hard R like that. That mean you say that, like that's in your vocabulary.
I mean, and I think that's the thing. I think it's because it doesn't help that everyone fluctuates with it. Like there's people who are like, I don't care. And there's other people who are like, you can't say that. Then there's other people who go, you can't say that shit. I don't even say it. And it's like, so I do feel for them on the small end of them going, is there a little bit of consistency? Like, how are all of y'all feel?
Or just don't say it. Like that's
That's the answer.
Listen, just don't. Answer. I have white friends who just be like, I don't even.
That ain't me.
That ain't me. I'm not even going. I don't. You could tell me till you blue in the face that I can say it. I'm not doing it. Why? Because I don't got time to be code switching.
That's all extra.
It's too much.
What happens is when you get used to it. Like, if you get used to saying certain things, like, and I used to never really like say it. But my fiance used to say it a lot. Like, and all I could think about was like that video, like on Boondocks, when he was like,
"How's a nigga borrow a pencil?"
Yeah, he said, he was like, "Nigga this, nigga break yourself, nigga this, nigga that." He goes the other day, he goes, "Can a nigga borrow a fry?" And I didn't think, oh my god, He said it. I was thinking, now how is a nigga gonna borrow a frog? Like, nigga, is you gonna give it back? And I was like, that. Like, because that's kind of a funny conversation that I was like, yeah, these white teachers, they might have it like rough because you're hearing it constantly. Like every black kid in the class, nigga, 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 nigga. Because black kids say nigga like constantly. Like, and I mean, it didn't happen a lot at my school just because we were like, the ratio was off.
Yeah, but you know, at my school, it was like, every other word. Yeah, my nigga, you ugly as fuck.
Right, literally, you can't even get into school good. Right. Like, nigga, like you sitting there.
What is
like,
you wearing?
Like, bro. And so I feel for teachers, people who are sometimes you're surrounded by it, and you can't like, you keep hearing it, and so you normalize the word.
Yeah, but it's like my thing is though, almost every single race, culture got their own slang that no one else can say. So it shouldn't be that hard to adjust.
It shouldn't be.
But I think it's the fact we dominate so much. We're everywhere.
It's because it's the way our culture outreaches. Yeah. That's really what it is. Like, you're right. We dominate
so much. Everything. Music, sports, anything you watch is probably baseball is still black people. You can't get away from us. So I can get it. Music, we there.
Yeah. I think
no matter what culture it is, we there. We got to feature with somebody.
Absolutely. Listen, and it's kind of funny too because it's so hard for them to break into our culture, but they take so much of ours that getting into theirs is so seamless. Yeah. Like I was watching, Jack Harlow just came out with a new song, Nail Tech, and I was like watching Jack Harlow, and I was like, look at him. Like same thing with Post Malone. I was like, you kind of just made like.
I say, but Post Malone never. He always said, "Don't label me a rapper." Yeah. He was like, "I make music." He was like, "Yeah." And I watched. Yeah, he made White Iverson, but after that, it was pretty much him doing his own.
No, yeah, you're right. Listen, congratulations is the jam. Sunflower with Sway Lee.
I will say, like he one of the few who, he probably made that song because he fucked with it. Like, yeah. Like, but that wasn't his MO. Like, I'm not a me type deal.
But I think that's all. But that also says something about his character too, because I mean, we always make like me and my fiance always make jokes about like who's accepted at the BET Awards, right? Like, who could really show up. I mean, Eminem will forever have a spot. Like his there's like his song Believe, and he's like, I remember like the days of general labor for minimum wage, like minimum wage for general labor. He's like, I used to have to scrape to get by. Now my community's gated, and all my neighbors, they just say hi. Right. And I'm like, I said, this is low key. Like, this is a white man that I resonate with. Yeah, so
you know hard. What? We appreciate if you can vibe with us, but stay in your lane. Man, like we love that. Eminem, he vibe with us, but he stays in his lane.
I love Eminem so much. Like someone was talking about, he was trying to figure out if he had enough money for a Rolex as a rapper, and he was like, he wanted the Rolex and called his manager. He was like, I want to buy a Rolex. Do I have enough money for it? And the guy's like, he said he wants to buy a Rolex, and I guess he didn't hear. He goes, you have enough money to buy the company? Yeah, and he's like, the watch. Do I have enough money to buy the Rolex? So the interview was talking about. He's like, yeah. He goes, what you got on your arm? He goes, a G-Shock, about $100. And I was like, this is who I'm gonna be if I ever make it. Like it was it was him really calling. Yeah. Like, do I have enough money?
And one of my favorite ones is Tyler Creator when he put the sticker on that car. The dude was freaking out. He's like, this is like $250,000 car. And he put the sticker on it. He's like, yeah, and my van's dirty, bitch. Put it on the car.
Tyler, the Creator, literally makes my life so much. Like, when I see him, the shit he be saying at concerts and stuff.
When somebody threw their bra there.
He like, I'm keeping it. Now you stuck like that.
Oh, no, it was a shoe.
Yeah. He like, anybody see that one shoe bitch out there?
Laugh at him.
Like, why would you do that? You're so stupid. Like honestly, like when they asked him, like, does racism upset you? He was like, no. People using the N-word upset you? No. So if that doesn't upset you, what upsets you? I fucking hate frogs. I was like, okay, I can subscribe to that. Right. Like, I feel like when we move away from it and I think the thing is that people are expecting us to still be so pissed off. And it's like, I'm angry, but such is life.
It's more so. We more so angry at the principle. Like you still holding on to that. I should slap you for being ignorant,
bro.
Like why?
It's when other cultures get more upset than us.
Like oh yeah, like I showed you a video with the white comedian making the black coffee joke.
Yeah.
And the barista was looking forward to it. Like he got the whole story off. Like, look, this dude about to kill her. And she's like, how dare you?
He's like, it's funny.
It's funny.
Like, and I feel like that's definitely happened to me before. I went to a PWI in college, and sometimes they'd be like, that's racist. And I'm like, it is. And they're like, aren't you like livid? And I'm like, I'm bothered by it. It sucks. But it's time to do it like a wraparound. You know, it's time to find another way around it.
Right.
It's off. It's awkward. And at some point, I literally sat my friends down and I was like, I want you all to know there's 15 black kids that go to this school. I'm one of the only black kids that is not an athlete here. Like, it's just me and my majors. And they were just kind of like, I never noticed it. I said, of course you don't notice it. Like, we count each other. Y'all don't. Like,
yeah, the first thing we do is scope out how many black folks here.
Oh yeah, no, the specs. Look, you gotta look for the pepper. You gotta look for the pepper.
Because those are gonna be your first friends. Like, depending on how they
operate. Yeah. Some of y'all gotta leave that where that's at. Let me tell you that right now. I love our culture. It be bustling, it be moving, but sometimes you gotta leave that where that's at. Not only that,
then you got your straw bosses. Like, you got your snitches. You the one who be trying to ass kissers, the brown noses. Like,
it be the people that be mad at you because you hang out with white people, and they be like, so that's what you doing now? And you like, yo, listen, the school, it's 15 of us, and all of y'all got practice.
Man, listen. The funniest thing, bro, was watching my mother tell my brother, the younger brother, don't come home with no white girl, and then sends him to a school full of white people. Yeah.
What do you want from me?
He like, it's three of us there. And out of the three, one of them my sister. Like, what do you want me to do here? Like,
I feel like that's something interesting that keeps coming across in anime actually as well. This whole Zoro and black people thing is getting out of hand.
I mean, but it's only because there's so much evidence piled against him, and the fact that he said he would be a cop in the real world. It's like, it's starting to walk like a duck and starting to quack like a duck.
But remember also that Zoro is also Japanese, his nationality, so he wouldn't be our cop. He would be.
That's true.
And those cops are actually really nice people.
That's true. But you know, people don't like us. You see what they doing to us in Ukraine. Nobody like us.
The racism that I experienced in Japan really didn't have much to do with the cops. It was more of like cops were like pretty nice to me. Is everybody else calling me like a gaijin, and I was like, it's gaikokujin, but okay. Like, and I mean, they were doing it to everyone, like they were doing it to the white kids too. So I didn't feel so.
It's more of
it's a foreigner problem.
Yeah, it's like, a foreigner thing.
I will say, being followed around in the store was really hitting different sometimes, because I would like turn around and the lady was like right there, and I was like, like, I'm like, what do you like? Do you want something? And I think it also would make them, once they figured out that I knew their language, they would be like, all right, like, I guess you all right. Like, some of them are really nice.
Now I gotta learn the language so I can disrespect. Get the fuck back. In Japanese, like, damn, nigga, like, you think I want to be in your jail? Like, you really think I came? I don't even want to be in my own jails. Bro, you think I want to be in a foreign country's jail? No, bro, get off my back.
The thing that sent me actually was the first thing I was taught in Japanese was like how to say please do not stare, like juru mira nai kudasai. Yeah. Please do not, like, because like my teacher's like, listen, they're gonna do it. But if you like ask them not to stare, like they actually will stare.
Don't stare at me, nigga.
It's honestly the children. The children. I had a friend like.
Now I can understand children, because this might very well be their first time seeing a black person.
The shookness of children, like this kid saw me and he was like, "American Jean des, American? Like, are you from America?" And I was like, "Hi." And he's like, "Yata," like I knew it. And I was like,
"Cause like I've been around this block. I've lived on this in this area for about 6-7 years, and never seen nobody in your complexion."
Or like, I don't know if you seen the dude on TikTok. He's like a black teacher in Japan, and like he's like, every time a child asks me, "Are you chocolate?" and he's like, "Yes." like he's just like, okay, like you just kind of go with it. They're really amazed, but they're also really like, "What you got going on?" But I also can't blame the racism because we look bad in media. And Tyler, the Creator, said it. He said, if you always show stories about dogs biting people, what are you gonna think about dogs?
They don't do shit but bite people.
All they do is bite people. So you can only be so mad when the media portrays you as such.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. Now, to be fair, a lot of black people think that all Japanese people are Yakuzas. So it goes both ways.
Or they know martial arts.
Man, they're like, you went over there to do that?
But see, it's also at the same time, a lot of them do. So it's like, it's 50-50. Like, you're taking a chance.
I don't think Tai Chi is martial art.
But they know something we don't. They don't.
And what sends me is that we won't differentiate them. That's what sends me. Because people are like, so you went over to China. Went to Japan. What's the difference? You would have had this conversation.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's 50-50, so we just don't take no chances.
I'm about to end up in a pottery class, I think. My phone just...
I'm not going to lie, like, when you... It's kind of like, the same when they see black folks, like, a lot of them known to shoot, and they also known to be able to fight, so I don't know who cares, so I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm just going to leave it alone, because ain't nothing scarier than the kick coming just as fast as a punch. There's nothing scarier.
I mean, I do want to get into martial arts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, why risk it? Why risk getting hit with a kick that's coming as fast as a punch? Nope, just leave them alone. We just go throw the whole situation away.
This is our last culture episode this month.
Is it not?
No, I'm fucking with you.
Exactly. It's, they do it to us. I don't know if he gonna rob me or not. Let me clutch my pearls.
Listen, the fact that I really want to own a ski mask just so that people would just leave me the hell alone.
Okay, listen, I will say, if you feel threatened because a person is like walking and they staring at you the same time, like the whole time. But if I'm sitting there, I'd have been walking down the street on my phone. I look up for 1 second just to make sure I don't walk across the middle of the street until I get hit by a car. I look up for 2 seconds. Didn't even look at the car, seen around my peripheral. Locked the doors. I said, now have the strong urge to bust your windows open.
So I will say that some of that, because when I see white men, black men, anyone walking towards me, I do cross the street. Because you're a man.
But she was in a car.
I do make sure my doors are locked when men walk by. Let me explain why, right? Okay, because as a woman, you get a lot of messages about what men are doing. Like, my mom sent me a message don't answer the door. People are knocking on doors and offering masks and asking you to try them on to make sure that they fit. And
there was a police station. Actually, no, a fire station 5 feet away.
Okay, but they not going to... The police are proactive. They're reactive, not proactive.
But I'm saying that this is an area where very little crime ever happens. Like,
that's fair, but you have to assume that men are going to hurt you no matter what.
It's my business. Your car,
listen,
her car was bigger than me.
You're correct. I've seen a literal video. This lady was putting her car. Well, she had her car unlocked. She was putting her groceries in her trunk. Dudes jumped in her car. She got in her car. She did not pull off. Listen, it's not you. It's what the other people that look like you, not just because you're black. A tall man of your build. Listen, if I saw you cross the street, I didn't know you, dope boy. I'm crossing the street. I crossed the street.
I didn't have a beard at this time.
I was going to catch the bus, right? Story time, guys.
But she was in an SUV.
Listen,
I was like 5'5".
I was going to cross the street. I walked past the man. He walked past me. We kept going. I realized he turned right around and started following me.
I was a teenager.
And then this dude couldn't have been that much older than me. Dude, grown. But
this is a grown woman in an SUV.
You think teenagers don't assault people?
She noticed me before I noticed her.
And she locked her door.
I didn't even acknowledge her existence.
You thinking about her thinking you a criminal. But men out here really be doing scary stuff. They be knocking on your window.
I didn't have my grown man strength. What I'm going to do?
She don't know that. She don't know that. You don't know what men are capable of. I
didn't even look like a grown man.
That doesn't matter. You know the only people, you know the only boys I'm not afraid of? My nephew, because he's like my knee length. The minute, listen. I think y'all think sometimes that we can gauge you, but we can't. Not always. Not always. All right. Now, granted, should she have locked your doors where you could hear them? No. As soon as I get in my car, I lock my door. Okay, listen. I'm like, Or and also it could have been. Was she looking at you and locking her door?
Yeah. Like I said, I look straight ahead. She's looking dead at me. I didn't even acknowledge she was a living organism. She is watching me the whole time and go, whoop. I'm like, I had no urge to bust your windows out until literally right now. Like,
I literally,
I don't know the lock.
I've accidentally done that around a couple of people. Like some dudes walked past my car, and I was like in the car, and I like locked it. When I was looking, I was like, looks like I think they're dangerous, and I really just remembered to lock my door.
It's literally like that moment where you just sit there minding your business, and a lady just standing next to you, and she just like, and it's just like, I didn't want to rob you until now.
Yeah, it's just because you have to assume that everyone's going to do it to you. Because if you don't, the person that's the most unsuspecting is the person that does it. Stranger danger. The scariest thing I've learned in the last 10 years of my life is that stranger danger is actually not as real as you think it is. The people that are more likely to hurt you are the people that are your friends, your cousins, your dad's best friends, your mom's best friends. Those are the people that are going to hurt you. Your friends.
And then you always walk away like, damn, do I look creepy or something? Do I give off pedophile vibes or something?
If it makes you feel any better, I feel like people do the same thing to me.
Like I be like, damn, dude. Like, was my mugshot somewhere? Do I got a mugshot or something I don't know about? Like,
listen, I feel like people do it to me too. It's not. You just
like, damn, boy, I be.
It doesn't help. I have like a mean resting face. So when people approach me and they go, "Smile, sweetheart," I'm like, "Did I look like I invited you in to talk to me?" Like that's like is it? I always ask people, "Do I attract it? Do I attract people talking to me?"
Like I ain't even had a hood up. The hood was off.
The hood is menacing. I will say that much.
Like the hood was off. Like I'm.
You just enjoying yourself.
I'm enjoying myself.
I know. But that could have happened to her before, man. She could have gotten her car.
But your door should have been locked beforehand.
See, that's the other thing though, because I've definitely seen a chick. She talked trash to this girl, and then she got in her car. Then the girl opened the door and started whooping her ass. I'm like, you ain't locked the door.
The funniest situation. I was with a friend, his girlfriend, and her friend. Right, me and him was in the back seat of the car. They was in the front seat. They said something to these females at the car over, but they didn't say it super loud, but somehow the other females still heard them. So we got to the red light, they pulled up, was like, what was that you were saying? And the girls in our car was like, oh my God, is this real life? She like, yeah, bitch, it's real life. But me and him cracked jokes about that to this day because they was horrified. They was shook. And I was like, yeah, you talking all that good shit just a second ago.
But be careful when your windows is down. Watch your mouth. Yeah,
they pulled your car.
Watch your mouth when your windows is down.
It's a 202. We out of this. Like,
listen, listen, I'm a real road rage thug with my windows up. Let me tell you how many I'll call you all types of bitches and hoes. With my window up.
Right, listen. The moment, man, I was driving down the street, mind you, I'm doing like, it's 25, I'm doing like 35, 40, so I'm already going fast.
Yeah.
So I'm slowing down the turn, this nigga on my ass the whole time. I ain't even come to a full stop to turn, I just slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
And she yelled out the window at me, so I'm like, hey, don't get fucked up. Okay, get your bitch, bro.
Look, lady.
She's stepping out her lane, okay? Let her know that was your fault. Like you was doing the most. I'm already speeding. What do you want me for? Like what is this, Fast and the Furious? I'm just supposed to drift the turn? Like, no, nigga, let me slow down.
That's me driving home. You know how my street is starting to get close?
Yeah.
I'm like, get over. If you want to take my mirror, then take it. Get over.
Right.
Get over. Oh my God.
I'm like, bro, how you mad at me because I slowed down the turn? Like,
listen, because sheesh.
Don't get your girlfriend beat up.
She said, "Just go by yourself." Oh,
what to pottery?
No. But thanks y'all for like hanging out with us,
for kicking it with
chilling us, animating things, anime that make you think. Tell us some animes that make y'all think.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we kind of interested in that. What do y'all watch to like get y'all minds on an upper echelon?
The intellectual juices flowing.
Yeah, like what y'all got going on? We'll see y'all next week though.
Mm-hmm.